Welcome to Down with Dragons, part of Monsters of Roll Network. Thank you for joining us. It's Tuesday night, 7 p.m., and we are ready to roll some dice and have some adventures. Glad everyone's joined us. As you notice, we have two empty chairs tonight. Unfortunately, Chris and Adam, Theo and Loon were unable to make it tonight, but Callan is here, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Last time actually, before we get to that, inspiration. Even though not everybody's here, I got to still give out inspiration. And the fun thing about inspiration this week is I had actually quite a few. And due to that, and especially due to the reasons, I'm giving everyone inspiration. Callan, you're getting inspiration. Your inspiration was mainly for your chess puns that never ceased to annoy and also take me off guard. They were rich, they were lovely, and they were horrible all at the same time.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So.
Which, on my defense, when I created him, the thought of Bishop the Knight never connected.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear more about his checkered past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll take away your inspiration.
Thank you.
Also, we have, and due to the reason, I didn't plan on this being a thing, but it was because I agreed with it when I saw it. Theo. He wanted inspiration for Loon because of the talk he had with our NPC friend, Gret, about morality. And that whole conversation that even though Gret was very much on that side of, I don't care. Your life, death, they're not my problems. It seemed like some of what Loon was saying might have gotten through to him a little bit. And there was all right, I care a little bit. And just like that whole interaction that he was like, that was inspired. It was a good moment. And so because of that, I'm also giving Loon inspiration. The other was also for Theo this time as well, which was because, and you did a little bit later on in the episode, but the initial is what caught some of the attention, was the fact of, and I'm impressed as a DM because you rarely have the privilege of having players actually use language to be a foreign language in D&D. It's amazing. And so for his spells that he is casting, he's using Latin, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
And yours for Orcish, you're using...
I'm using whatever bastardized Icelandic, basically.
Right, which is amazing. Like, I'm blown away because I never spent, like, as much obsessive time I put into this setup, I never gave real language of things like, I'm going to learn this thing so I can actually use... Nope, never did that. They did, which is amazing. And so,
it's fun.
For his spell, I imagine it is. I have enough fun just doing accents. So, Theo also gets inspiration for the fact that people were inspired by the fact of he was actually using a language for his prayers to cast his actual spells, which is awesome. So I agree fully with that. And so everybody gets inspiration this week because you all deserve it. You guys were doing awesome.
Theo is my inspiration for like trying to add some actual language as well. So
perfect.
Yeah.
No, and that's perfect. By the way, I'd just like to say, I'm not below it. You can give inspiration to me as the DM to make things harder for them. I can use inspiration to give them disadvantage or my bad guys advantage. So if I do something that's awesome, please help me break them because they are too good for their own good at this point. That being said, whether it be on Twitter, on the Twitch stream here, Facebook, anywhere you can get a hold of us, hashtag inspiration, the reason why, let us know. I just love hearing from anybody and everybody when they have an idea about what they liked about the show. That being said, if there's something you don't like about the show, please let me know as well. I'm always willing to hear you out. So, that being said, last time on Down with Dragons, we had a resumed encounter within the farmhouse where our heroes took refuge from the weather. They were given some advice that there was a inn that they could actually reach and take shelter from the coming storm. On their way, they found a man who seemed to raise from the dead out of his grave with no memory of his past. They took him in and brought him with them to the farmhouse. There they took shelter, rested. There was many conversations of taking him out back like old Yeller, setting him free, helping him, giving him, all the things they could to give him a good chance at life. Many conversations, and in that talks of morality of if he was their problem, and if he's not their problem, what if he does something bad? That was kind of part of Loon and Gret talking about that, but also Thea was very much against him existing, and Talsia was very much on board with that, where Callan was very much on the side of he's a person, and we should just, he's got a second chance no matter what that chance is. We should support that. It's not our problem specifically if he's a bad thing, because we don't know. All we know is who he has presented himself as, and so far it's been a good person, and we've been the crappy people in this situation. And so, yeah, it was a good time going over all of that. My God, you know what? I apologize. My daughter, I told her before I left, she cannot do this. So now you get to be part of the conversation because this is going to embarrass her. Hi, Sarah, you're on the stream. Why are you calling me?
It's not showing up again.
You'll have to figure that out. I love you. Hi, Sarah. We're in the stream. We're live. Goodbye, sweetie. Try to figure it out. Yep, you're embarrassed. Yeah, you won't do this again.
Have a great night, Sarah.
All right, so I put my phone on silent. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that still came through. I apologize again. Hopefully, that taught a lesson. Anyway, after that, they set out to make their way to Island Dole. And after finally leaving, they made their way. About a week's travel. A lot of rain. It was kind of a dreary travel, but no issues. Once they got there, they noticed the difference in the actual forest, and a valley opened up, and ruins kind of scattered from the tops of the treetops, spires of towers, but very low to the trees. Once they got closer, they found that there were some dead bodies and dead horses nearby that seemed to have been attacked. Very quickly after that, they started hearing like chittering monkey insect noises around them. They made their way deeper in, trying to fend off these creatures, which eventually ended in them getting in the unfortunate position of separated and falling down into a tunnel deep, deep within the ruins. That is where we join Callan Den. Callan, how we doing?
I've just experienced a strange descent into the depths of the earth, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of roots, a lot of dirt. You are in a very narrow tunnel. Just that brief kind of, after you land, who knows how much time passed, kind of, you were discombobulated. Looking around, it's dark, very dark. You can barely see. The only light that you have is the slightest sliver of light coming from way above you from this half collapsed tunnel you just fell through.
Okay. So
Beyond that, you cannot see.
it appears like it's way up there.
Hundreds of feet. I mean, the fact that you can see you're not even seeing like direct sunlight. You're seeing the like light as whatever has made its way through. It's different from you're in pitch black and up the hole you can see there is a difference in light.
With my dim vision, is there any features of this cavern I can tell? What I mean, like, what am I standing on?
You have dim light?
No, I don't.
Vision? Oh, so okay. Just with that and a mixture of just kind of feeling around and all that, it is kind of both just raw dirt and earth, but also halfway, I wouldn't say carved, but like it's like pressed earth. So it's not like you fell into like, it's not tilled garden. It is pressed earth. And like you can easily, really quickly within grasp, feel some roots and things like that.
Okay. Have any success climbing those roots?
Well,
grasping
in the tunnel
my way
you're
up?
in, you feel very quickly just feeling around. To your left, there's a steep incline going up. To your right, a steep incline going down. And this is a small area you're in. This is, you wouldn't be able to stand up in here. This is a tight area.
Okay. So, light is a complication right now. But I'm going to immediately remember that I am equipped by Leech with an item which supposedly lets me see in the dark. So I'm just going to give that a shot right away.
Yeah, so how do you utilize this item?
Well, I grab it from my bandolier.
Okay.
And uncork it and smear it in my eyes.
Okay.
And it's what I remember, it's some nasty looking goo. Is
A
it?
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems to be what's my tools at hand right now. So
Okay. Yeah,
That's what
so
I'm doing.
in that moment you feel around in your bandolier, you find the pouch and you just open it up and immediately go, oh, that is not good. Put your fingers in it and just start rubbing it into your eyes. You will use 2 doses of this because this was supposed to be dropped into your eyes. So you just mashed your finger in and rub it. So you got 2 uses
Oh, okay.
expended out of it. Whether or not you're getting the effective 2 uses, you've got 2 uses burnt. And you put it in your eyes. And it takes a few seconds and you're just sitting there in the dark and just kind of, trying to, calm down and just let this. And you start to get this feeling of like ants crawling over your eyes. And then it starts to sting. And then the stinging goes away. But that crawly feel keeps going over your eyes, like the inside of your actual eyeballs. And then as you blink, all of a sudden that spectrum of light just starts to pick up. And all of a sudden you have night vision and you can see the tunnel going up further and you sense more light up there. You can tell that difference in the light coming from up there and down. It goes darker.
Okay. So I can see around myself now.
Yep. You are in a very enclosed, hollow, kind of cavernish,
Okay, so the nature of the tunnel around me, what is it made of? What's it look like?
dirt, roots, plant life, stuff like that. But
Okay.
there is 100%, like you felt it with your hands. You can see it looks like all of this has been compressed somehow. Not carved, not there. It's not like creatures or anything like that did to make this a normal travelable thing. Something compressed this, like whether it doesn't feel natural. Whatever it is, it doesn't feel like a natural thing that happened.
Okay. All right. Is there anything moving around in the roots, like even like fat, juicy grubs or anything? Am I detecting any movement? No.
No, I'm not even going to make you roll. No.
No.
There is nothing. No, beyond the roots, and even the roots. Just now that you point that out, the roots here, you can tell that have like grown. The ones that look like they would have grown straight out, gone, stumped. Ones that would grow out and back in, they look like they have over time grown thinner and almost like, just like they've avoided this spot for whatever reason.
Okay.
Like this area, this tunnel is a thing plants either avoid or are sheared off.
So, how much illumination would I get? I'm going to just try shooting an Eldritch Blast down, see if that illuminates anything.
Sure.
I don't even know if it illuminates stuff, so.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I'm still new to this whole Eldritch Blast thing.
Exactly. Yeah. You turn and kind of shoot down that direction, and it goes for about 60, 70 feet until it hits the side wall, as you can see in that brief moment of kind of that flickering light as it goes, that the cavern keeps going down and goes steep and goes down. It's not a just straight tunnel down. It curves and moves. So 60 feet you can see for a brief moment of like a camera flash, but then it goes deeper.
Okay. All right. So, and is there any movement laterally, or just where I am is up and down?
Just where you are is basically going up and going down.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then directly above you, the half collapsed tunnel that looks precarious. That doesn't look like where I've described this tunnel. That looks like that was a half cave in.
Huh. Alrighty then. Does it look like I can try to climb upward?
You could. It'd probably be really difficult. Slow going and difficult.
Okay.
But you also know it's almost night, and there were plenty of creatures up there.
Am I hearing any of the creatures still, or anything?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. It's a 14.
14. You kind of just quiet yourself and really strain to just try to focus upwards and listen. And you hear the faintest bit of that, up there. But nothing coming up. Or nothing coming down, rather.
Okay.
Sorry. But little more dirt falling.
All right.
And then you hear a slight, almost sounds like wood or something sliding or grinding or just something moving above you, up that tunnel.
Okay.
And then nothing again.
All right. Well, I'm a kid stuck in a hole, so I'm gonna yell. Using thaumaturgy.
Using thaumaturgy.
Up as loud as I can.
Straight up that or
Like
the tunnel?
I'll call out for Loon, Theo. Just I'm a lost kid in the hole now, so yeah, I'm yelling.
Okay.
Seems like a reasonable thing to do right now.
Because I'm gonna roll a perception check without knowing the stats involved. Ha! Nat 20. All right. We are going to pause here. Just the briefest from our story. We are still obviously live hold on. Don, can you hear me? I want to welcome everyone. Don from Dungeon Patrol, our sister broadcast that is part of the Monsters of Roll. Don played Cal from Dungeon Patrol. Don, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is exciting.
I didn't know it was me a solo night, though.
Yeah, right. I know a lot of things happened.
Apparently I triggered your early entrance.
Yeah. Well, with thaumaturgy shout,
What's all that yelling?
Yeah.
Shut up down there.
Don, what can you tell us? Dungeon Patrol starts up again soon, the podcast.
Next Monday, the 16th, season 2, all new characters in the seedy city of Vadragan.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Yes, it is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And, we're all bringing in new characters, and I'll be playing Kregar. He's a bugbear rogue.
No more Cow Show?
No more Kolsho. Kolsho's doing some other things.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That was such a good character.
I miss him. I do.
I bet.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe season 3 or some other time down the road.
Yeah, I mean, in the near future, or even just hear about him. Maybe even in the game, just depend. I don't. Is it taking place briefly in the future or same time frame?
I mean, it is immediately it's right after.
Okay.
The previous
so no
campaign.
time jump or anything like that.
Like just enough time, I think, to find out.
Okay.
About
Okay.
big events and things, but yeah, no, it's pretty much a transition.
That's awesome.
We're just shifting across the continent.
Okay.
From Ashmore down to Drummondor, so
Cool.
get to see the different side of things.
Good,
Cool.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else watching, but I know I'm excited because I've listened to the first season, both for pleasure and also homework for this, because we are all part of the same world. So
Yeah.
everything matters, which is kind of a fun thing where it's completely separate, but yet there are things that 100% could interact with each other, even though nobody knows in the specific games, which is kind of cool. Thank you very much for filling in and joining us.
Absolutely,
tonight.
yeah. Any chance?
So, up hundreds of feet through this winding small tunnel, a break in the tunnel into actual physical, some sort of room with bricks and stone and down tunnels and upstairs. You're rummaging around inside of a room that looks to have been some sort of maybe bedroom or study or something like that. I mean, there's not much left. Looks like most of the furniture that was actually normal wood and things like that, they're broken. There's not much left here. There is a desk that seems to have been made of ironwood, which obviously ironwood we're all familiar with. It is a very strong wood with the right tools, can be carved just as easily as any wood, but it is hard as iron as well. Lasts for hundreds and hundreds of years. That being said, you are kind of looking, searching through debris. You're down here. Who are you, and what do you look like for our audience?
My name is Vincent,
Hello, Vincent.
and I am a wizard. As far as what he looks like, he's about 6 feet tall, very, very slender, very slight of build, not muscular in the least.
Okay.
Has that mousy, studious, wizardy look. Just a small goatee, very young. He's 23, tousled brown hair, steely gray eyes, but just very studious looking. And I don't think I'm saying why I'm here, but
No.
And
if you'd like, you may share some of that. Absolutely, unless you want to save that for.
we can bring it in. And
bring it in, yeah.
And I do have a familiar that I've summoned.
Yep,
A
absolutely.
small bat is perched on my shoulder.
Perfect. So you are kind of looking through and half kind of it's like, pick something up. And everything's so old here. Half of it breaks apart in your hand as you pick it up. Kind of holding on, what do you think? Does your familiar have a name?
His name is Kismet.
Kismet. So Kismet. I'm going to write that down just so I remember in case I need to remember. Kismet. That's a really good name for familiar. I like that. I might steal that someday. Like what do you think, Kismet? Does that look anything? And then all of a sudden you hear, hello! Just loud, booming voice. Loon! Theo!
Try to see if I can identify where that came from.
Make me a perception roll, sir.
All right.
Get the dice out.
Guys.
Ooh, that will be an 18.
18. Yeah, it kind of goes back the way you came. You can tell it goes down the stairs you came from, and because the one entrance was collapsed going deeper down. Up here, at least in the last day that you've had in these ruins, there's only one way up here that you've found, and that's back through that tight tunnel that you did enjoy.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming it's been pretty dark in here, and I've been.
Oh yeah.
So obviously I can cast light, but I've been trying to obviously stay hidden as much as I can, relying on my bad senses. But
whether you're using light with a stone or something and just covering it like a flashlight, or however you're doing it, absolutely, yeah.
So I'll luminos. I'll summon light.
Light illuminating this chamber. Yep.
Kismet, go. Check out the noise. And I will try to creep ineptly towards it to the edge of the room to see if I can listen.
Yep. And with your familiar, if you want, you can put your senses through your familiar's eyes.
Yeah. So I will and send him down to...
and so you get kind of that cool daredevil vision because it's a bat.
Yeah.
And so as it squeaks, you're getting a lot of information that is coloring the scene, probably more than normal eyes could normally perceive, obviously. And it goes through and flutters down. And then, Callan, you're down there, and all of a sudden you start to hear a squeak. And something flies by your head, and you get an image of a human, young as well, but not a human. Seems to have almost an armored, scaly, tusked face on it, and armor, and I mean, you'd almost say orc for a split second, but it looks too thin to be an orc. And then you feel that flutter go by you again, and second look, and yeah, same kind of thing. Real thin, lithe, more human proportions, but almost orcish looking at the same time.
Can I identify what he is?
Roll me an intelligence check.
15.
15. Looks like it probably is some kind of armor.
But I can be certain
probably
he's not
humanoid.
one of those creatures. Though.
Oh yeah, definitely not one of those creatures. That is safe to say.
Perhaps I can find another guard. I'll begin easing cautiously down towards him as my bat comes back to me.
Okay. So that creature just flutters by you. You can see on the way out, you can see it looks like a bat almost.
Well, I just remembered that stuff I put in my eyes. Leech told me it was bat urine. So I'm just thinking there's a bat attracted to the smell of what I just put in my eyes. They're like, this, I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not striking me as too unusual, I assume.
Fair. Okay. So you are you remaining quiet?
I'll remain quiet, but obviously have a light, which should become visible as I get near him.
Okay, so then we'll not worry about stealth. You can be as quiet as you can, but there's
I am
still
not
light.
a stealthy person, so...
Fair. You're just trying to be as quiet as a normal person can be who's not trained. Okay, so you move quietly, confidently, moving down the steps, and then way, way above, you do, especially with the way your vision is working right now, get that sense of, ooh, there is definitely light up there. Oh. Like, it's changed even more now.
So maybe I think it's Theobald Theo! No, without thaumaturgy.
Okay. Very quietly here. Theo! You know it's a really long tunnel. And it's tight.
Stop yelling, you fool!
What? I can't hear you.
I'll out of a great deal of paranoia, pick up the pace towards him,
Okay.
kind of mentally preparing, reading some spells in case this guy is threatening. But
You hustle up.
I need to get him quiet.
You get all the way down there, right to where this hole breaks through the wall of this hallway, where you eventually had emerged. And you get to the hole and just get, like, you don't see anything. It's a dark hole, tight, it's a crawl in.
Okay. I will shine the light in.
All right. And even more light, way up there, hundreds of feet. But it's a fairly straight shot. There's maybe just a little bit of a curve to it.
All right. So can't imagine I see who it is yet.
Nope.
So.
Just the difference in light.
I'm down here. Hey.
Yep.
Kid in the hole. I fell down. Help me.
So he's so it's like at the bottom of this hole, basically.
No. It is
It's
a
a-
long,
just ascending.
thousands of feet, slow incline with some dips, some, twists and turn. He doesn't sound like he's all the way at the bottom of it. You wouldn't be able to hear that. You know for how far you crawled through it. Sounds like he's a few hundred feet down.
Well, I know I can't go back the other way.
You haven't found another way out of here yet, no. But you haven't finished searching by any means.
Well, come towards the light.
What?
God.
How far away is he?
Hundreds of feet.
The
You guys
light.
are shouting, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. Can you help me?
You might be beyond help. So I mean, I can safely just start walking towards him, or do I have to
You'd
crawl?
have to get into the hole, and it's crawling. Like it's like the second you got out. I'm assuming as a wizard, you have prestidigitation. You probably went "Phew," and got rid of all of the muck and grime of crawling.
So
through
I
this.
came. You're saying I came.
You've come through this. Yep, you've
Oh.
been down that hole because you went all the way down, and that's where you fell through. Way down there, and this is one of the places you found and scurried up it and found your way to where you've been now for the last hour. You've been slowly searching, trying to stay quiet, trying to look.
All right, I will send Kismet back to this person and see if I can direct him to attract his attention to
Okay.
come back.
So through Kismet's eyes, it's like, and all of a sudden, then you see it, and it flutters around you for a second, and then lands right in front of you. Just,
Yeah, and then I'll do the little bat wing
yeah, and just
and then scamper a little bit.
and he'll take a few little hopping steps, and then
Hi,
look
buddy.
back again. I have no idea what bats make besides squeaking right before I have to yell and scream.
We're dancing now? Is that what you're saying?
You see a head just, and it'll take off flying, and then fly like 5-10 feet, and then land again.
I should follow you? I can't fly. I'll
then
try.
you'll
I'll
see-
try to start scrambling up.
Yep, it's not that hard. You start working, it's half speed, but you're, and you'll see it kind of flutter up, land, flutter up, land, and then eventually it'll get to a point where that light is getting brighter and brighter, and all of a sudden Kismet comes up to your shoulder, and when it lands, you get this sense of just like, oh my gosh, like really? Like that's kind of the feeling you get of like, this is who we're helping now,
Well, actually, I'm looking for help, so you take what you can get.
Really? Like, after another few moments, that light gets brighter and brighter, and then you'll see Vincent. Like you'll see just kind of that bright light, especially with your night vision, where it's like, "Whoa, yeah, that is bright. That is a sun."
Oh, can you turn that down? Off? Maybe?
I can. So I have it on like a rock, so I'll sort of dim it a bit.
Oh, thank you.
Still bright, but definitely doable now.
Oh, you're not Theobald.
Still wearing a orcish. Like, describe for Don what you look like,
So yeah,
especially now.
I am wearing a lot of black roguish robes, but kind of exposed underneath will be like glimmering shirt, which just looks like a shiny shirt, but it's armor. And then I'm wearing a mask, which I can describe it like a luchador mask, wrestling type of mask,
Okay.
but it covers most of my head, and it is designed in such a way that it's supposed to resemble an orc. It has actual tusks. It's complemented in brass, and it's kind of same emerald jade green as the shirt that I'm wearing. Yeah. Other than that, I am not too tall and slightly built, but well, he'd be pretty strong.
You see that head poking out as it gets to the light. It takes you for a second, like, oh, yeah, okay, that is armor. That's a helmet of some sort.
Are you quite done with your yelling? Do you want to get us killed?
No, I thought I was actually in a better spot down here, because when I was up there, I was about to get killed.
Well,
This seems relatively safe.
thus far, but I don't think we're alone.
Oh, really?
I've heard things, but I haven't seen the sources yet.
Oh,
I've
okay.
cleverly avoided them thus far.
Okay.
I
So
don't think they're the creatures, though.
this person seems willing to talk to me and not kill me right away, so
So far.
I'll take the mask off and properly greet. Okay. Well, thanks for shining the light up so I could find my way. So yeah, how do we get out of here?
I'm still working to establish that. I'm Vincent, by the way.
Oh, Vincent, nice to meet you. My name is Callan.
I trust you also had other companions.
I did. I don't see them. I hope they're still alive, I guess.
It is doubtful. Mine were slain.
So how did you get here?
Well, I fell through a hole. There seems to be many of them here.
Yes. Is this like a pit of despair type of deal, or a descent into the depths of the earth?
I believe these are the ruins of Arendelle.
Oh, that's where I was headed.
Well, then you have arrived.
Okay, good to know.
Why were you headed here?
Because it's just so interesting.
That is a peculiar sense of motivation.
Yeah, I mean, I just met so many people. Have you checked out Allendale? You got to check out Allendale while you're in this region. And so I'm checking it out.
Indeed.
I brought some friends with, but, that doesn't seem like it's going to work. So what are you doing now?
I am searching the ruins.
Oh. Is there anything left to find? Aren't they really old?
I am hoping so. To the former, not the latter.
Oh, what are you looking for?
That is to be seen. Some vestiges of power.
Power. I see. Huh. Well, you said you were trying to get out. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, I too came from the direction that you just did. I'm searching this area. It's sprawling.
That means large, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Does he? What are you armed with? Do you look?
I'm not carrying anything at the moment. You would probably see my rapier.
I'm carefully assessing your abilities and whether or not you make an adequate meat shield.
Oh, okay. Are you sharing this?
No, he's just scrutinizing you.
It's so blatant that no roll inside his knee is like,
I've
you
seen
taking
that
my
look.
measurements, or what are you doing?
I've seen that look before.
Yeah, the Terminator does that.
Ah, yes.
Size 5, too small.
I trust you know how to use that rapier.
Yeah, but just kind of getting old hat lately. I've got some new tricks up my sleeve.
Throwing daggers?
Sure.
So as you're discussing and analyzing each other, and with where you're at, immediately the stairs you came from is off to the right from this hole, back up the way you just came. But also down this hall are 2 rooms. You only did cursory kind of looks through them, but there are 2 rooms, and then at the end of the hall there is stairs going further down that within 15-20 feet are collapsed. Earth and roots and all that, close in that stairway. But beyond that, you almost seem to be like within like a tower or a castle or keep walls and stone, and a lot of moss and stuff is kind of overgrown. It's all kind of somewhat damp, and there's a lot of rainfall in this area, so it's kind of that's the environment you're in, of like kind of nature has overtaken as it slowly can underground this entire area.
So do I feel like having a second set of eyes examine those other rooms might be useful?
Potentially. You never know.
I mean, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And
Right.
And I can see very well, or
Oh,
just
right now
normal?
you can see great.
Okay.
Like as clear as day with
Right.
what's in your eyes.
Well, if I'm seeing moss, I'm particularly interested in moss.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just poking at it and checking it out and seeing if anything happens.
You poke it, and you see this. It's just moss.
Any fungus around?
Oh, plenty. There's from like one wall between some bricks. There's some fungus that kind of pokes out with some mushrooms and stuff.
If there's anything unusual from where I come from, then I'll take a few samples.
Just roll me a nature check.
Okay. All right. That is 7.
7.
Yep.
Nothing that's jumping out at you.
Right on.
are you an herbologist? Herbalist?
No. Have you seen any grubs or fat bugs around?
I wasn't searching for them. I'm sure there are some.
Oh, okay. If you see any, let me know.
Are you hungry?
Oh, is that bat? Is that like your companion, your familiar type of thing?
Indeed, he is.
Can he look for some grubs for me?
Pray tell why.
Okay, you got me. I have all these ingredients in my pack, and I want to bake a cake, but I don't have any eggs. Big, fat, juicy grubs are a good egg substitute.
I mean, protein. I mean,
Can I make an insight to see if he's
Sure.
trying to like,
Yeah,
is he just
absolutely.
yanking my chain here?
Finally, someone wants to do insight on him.
That'll be 17.
17. So obviously you're fibbing, but not in the way that you're. How would you
I'm
describe-
serious. If I
You're serious, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you're also not being serious.
Yeah.
I mean, so with a 17,
this is banter to kind of see what comes out of this guy.
So he's
that
testing.
I
You're
can
testing.
either take advantage of or figure out the next step.
Okay, you get the sense of a grifter who is just kind of seeing what you'll bite on, what you'll call as bullshit, what that was just a blanket statement of like, what do I got? Do I got a sucker or not?
Yeah. That type of deal.
Got it. So I'll just kind of smirk at him, and I think we'll save the grubs if we start to get more hungry. I'm sure my rations may run low if we don't find our way out soon.
All right. Good idea.
Are you actually interested in ingredients?
Oh, I have plenty. I have, the sugar, salt, flour. And then my alchemist kit has bicarbonate of soda, of course, as every good alchemist kit does. So, and I'll be fumbling through stuff to, showing off. All right. But you mentioned getting out of here or searching for stuff. So, what do you need help with that? What's next?
I do. For both.
Okay.
First, the latter. Come, Callan.
Come.
I'm quite used to being the most intelligent person in the room, so this doesn't faze me in the least. There's
I
some
understand.
rooms over here
You're
that I
just
could.
shocked how easy it is this time.
There's some rooms over here I could use perhaps some keener eyes to examine before we move on.
Oh, yeah. The search for items of power, you said?
Indeed.
I'd be happy to help with that. All right. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
I'll assist in the search.
are you just going to the first room, one of the ones you already checked out, or are you going back
Yeah,
where you were?
just we'll go back to those. You said there was those two rooms.
Yep,
and
there's
then the
two rooms
stairs that were
right
collapsed.
down this hall from where you're
Yeah,
at.
let's just go back and I want to just mostly observe him doing the observations in the room, but
Okay. So,
I've checked these rooms out already, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Oh, yeah. I will absolutely go thoroughly investigating as much as I can and, enjoying my broad spectrum vision.
really good vision right
Yeah.
now. So, you go down the hall, turn the corner. The door, honestly, there's not much left of it. It is broken, and wherever you kind of touch on the door, it actually kind of breaks apart in your hand. There's not much left of the actual door. You look in, it looks like a violent mess had happened in here and then has slowly deteriorated. Roll me an investigation if you are doing a real physical looking around,
Yes.
lifting things up.
Oh, absolutely. That's a net 20.
Oh, geez.
So that would be a 25.
Okay, so you're going through here, and you're kind of leaning against the doorway, watching him go through here, and he's kind of walking around, talking to himself. Like it's like, all right, if I was something of power, where would I hide? Something interesting, something cool. And he lifts this up. Nah, that's too obvious. Why would you be under there? Of course you're not. You look around here. And then all of a sudden you see him just, like he's about to lift like a piece of like old wood or something like that has like moss and dirt on it. And all of a sudden he's like, what was that? He looks over to the side and kind of walks over and just pulls a brick from the side of the wall that's loose.
I'll smile.
Didn't even notice it. And inside there's a small little, like almost like a jewelry box, wooden. It's, very deteriorated, very, it's old looking, and the clasp on it doesn't even release right away, and you kind of go. And
I'll
inside-
immediately walk over.
Yep, you
Nicely
immediately
done.
brightening your light a little bit so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very intricately woven leather like cord with a tooth on it. It's decent sized, larger than most normal animals. Looking at it, it's an odd tooth. And that's it.
Now, wait a minute.
Do you make anything of that?
You may either roll me.
I don't know if I want to expose and share that right away.
You may either roll me a religion check, a history check, or a nature check. But nature disadvantage.
Okay.
Even if you're proficient.
All right, we can both roll.
Yeah, absolutely. You're both looking at it, so yeah.
I will go with, history or religion the same for me, so that'll be a 19.
Okay, 19.
I got a 12.
12. Which one did you do?
I did the, well, they're all the same. History.
Okay, history. So you're both kind of looking down at this small little box with this cord with a tooth on it, and you're both staring at it. And nothing rings any bells. But you especially, looking at it. And the bell that's not ringing almost rings another bell in your brain of not that, oh, I know what this is just looking at the coloration of it, the shape of it, the way that even like the root of the, it's like just something about it hits that arcane tingle of that fight or flight primitive brain inside of you that goes, that shouldn't exist. You don't know why, but it's wrong. Everything about it is wrong.
Well, I don't think that that's what I'm looking for, but
That's fine. I got a guy who could use this.
we should hold on to that. Perhaps there's more mysteries that will reveal what this is.
I'm sure something will lead us the right way.
Come, let's examine the other room.
I'm having fun.
That's what we'll call it.
Whoever is keeping this, just mark that as M1A.
Ooh.
For whenever you get it identified or whatever, so I can reference. All right. So you make your way to the second room. Once again, roll me an investigation check as you kind of go through it.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. You're going through it same way, and then you even get to a point where you're actually feeling the walls and just kind of. This one's. I think this one's clear. This one's bare. There's nothing in here. The only thing you feel for a moment, you're like, ha! And you pick up a scrap of paper, and you're like, hey, there's something. And as you bring it up, it's like, nothing.
I wasn't able to retain that
Nope.
image. Or anything. Okay.
Disappointing.
It was just a scrap of something, and you're like, yeah.
So the only other thing at this inn you said were stairs that were collapsed.
Stairs that go down that are collapsed, and the stairs that go up to where you had just started searching.
Well, we can proceed up the stairs to the next level. There, I had just begun investigating up there,
Oh, you've been up there already?
just for a moment, until
Okay.
you started yelling.
There's no, none of those things up there, is there?
Well, not that I've seen so far.
Okay, let's go.
So you guys just casually, just trying to be casual, or are we stealthing?
No, I'm sauntering right up.
Sauntering, okay.
I mean, I was just up there, so
Yeah.
I'm not singing a tune.
Yeah.
I'm just quietly walking, but
Fair.
not stealthing.
You're not advertising, but so okay, yeah, you make your way up. Get to the top of the stairs, another long hallway, 2 doors, and stairs that seem to go up, but you haven't actually investigated to see if these stairs actually go somewhere.
I'll send Kismet ahead.
Yep.
Kismet, fly casual.
Yep. And flies off and goes up around and seems to get to another set of stairways, or another set of hallways with rooms.
And does it keep going up, or is it just like that's the next floor?
That's the next floor, and then it keeps flying, and then very quickly hits another cave in, but this one doesn't even get to the stairs. It's at the very end of the hall, halfway, collapsing the hallway with the room's doorway half covered.
Okay.
So you guys are in front of this hallway with a room here, and then further down another room. Going to the first one, that's the one you had just started looking at.
All right. Then
Yeah, you give me any indication of which way you want to go. I'll just go with you.
I will go back. I'll just lead him back to where I was. This is where I'd begun searching.
Okay. This room actually doesn't look as destroyed as the floor below that you were just at. This one seems to have almost like carved into the wall stone bookshelves, a stone desk, a stone bed, which anything that was once soft has deteriorated to beyond recognition. And you actually have somewhere to actually physical representation of what this room was. It was someone's sleeping quarters / study, something like that. Okay. Roll me an investigation, both of you, if you're going to look through here.
16.
16?
16.
16? Okay. So you both are going through this room. Eventually, you both kind of like are looking around. You hit the desk and you're going through the bookshelf. And most of the books, like every time you take one, as gently as you can off and try to just gently just see if there's anything left. You'll see just it's deteriorating and breaking apart. Just the moisture down here, and most of this is just not built to last over 1,000 years. I mean, paper is just not designed for that. But you do come to one tome when you grab it. There's solidity to it that when you pull it off, it has that feeling of almost, it's an old book, but not old, and you can just feel it even just when you start to open the cover of it. You can hear the leather actually creaking, but not breaking, no crumbling, no nothing.
I will get very excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you open this book and immediately you see that it is a journal of some sort. Very intentionally preserved. You can see, without even doing any kind of investigation, any kind of opening your arcane sense, this is a tome almost that a wizard spent time journaling to preserve it for time.
Okay.
Not a spell book, but the same kind of preservation and care was put into this. As you are going through this, and very off the side, you kind of see him stop, freeze, and then almost like kind of a nervous energy as it's like kind of page. You open a drawer, and as you open it, because it's like a stone drawer that you pull out, and a little tough, you gotta rip a little moss and stuff that's grown around, and rip. And there's just a lot of dirt and debris inside it, things that have deteriorated over the ages. But one little silver ball comes rolling to the front of it as you pull it open. Just a little ball bearing.
Okay. How big?
Ball bearing.
So now I have 1,001 ball bearings?
Yeah. You pick it up, look at it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a ball bearing.
Okay. Yep, I will tuck that away in a special area, special pouch.
You have a special ball bearing.
Special ball bearing.
You just tuck away. Okay.
Okay.
So.
And then, like, if I noticed him, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, after you kind of like,
As soon as I tuck that
it
away.
away.
Hey, what'd you find? What do you got? What do you? And I'll like get right up in his space and look through the book with him.
Yeah, as far as what the language is written, is it something legible?
Yeah. This is gonna be tough. Roll me an intelligence check because you do somewhat recognize this language. You've from little scraps here and there that you've managed to pay, that you've researched. This is an ancient language. But you are at least familiar with it enough that with time, effort, you can decipher it.
Okay. So 14 is my check.
Nope, that's good enough. So off you hear him just like, hey, what you find? And he's like, just hang on. And you're just kind of looking, and it's like, as you're looking, you see First off, just the first page, that it says, "This is the accounts of Blackstaff." Roll me a history check.
That's only going to be a 9.
Doesn't ring any bells, but it does feel like, okay, that's a title, something. That's all you've gotten so far. It took you a good 2-3 minutes just to get that
Well,
first page.
this is probably not the best time for this, so I will carefully wrap it up and put it into my pack.
Okay. And you've got it in your pack. So you see him wrap this up with a lot of care.
Oh,
And then I will...
you sure you got that there? You need help with that?
Oh, I'm good.
Extra sack or something to wrap it up with? Or?
No, I will take good care of it. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll continue to check and see if there's any more books that are...
As you kind of keep going through, all the others have the same kind of deterioration. But, yeah, and the thing is a lot of the books that you're even finding, you see, like, the few that are on the stone shelves, there's a pile of what you can tell was, like, probably at one time were books before they fell off the shelf and destroyed, just over time and age and dust and, moisture and just everything. I unfortunately, as a real person, don't know how a book would stand up over 1,000 years, so I'm just kind of improvising of what might be remain.
Probably not much at all.
Yeah.
Make some dust. But so as far as anything else in the room to search,
Seems like that's it.
All right.
well, shall we continue?
The bed's not comfortable? Or?
It looks like a stone frame. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to jump on it for a bit anyways. Oh, this sucks. Call the mattress man. Okay.
Yeah, and it was getting to evening either way, and it's like you're having a weird. It's hard to tell time down here. You've been here for day, 2, maybe 3. Hard to tell. There's no light.
Yeah. How long have you been down here?
Just a bit. A day or two.
What? I don't want to stay down here a day or two.
Well, neither do I.
So you know the way out, or where are we going?
We're working on that. Come, dear Callan. Let's examine this next room.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's go examine the next room.
Okay. Go to the next room. Door is shut, and it's ironwood, and it actually is still standing, and it actually looks good. Like it looks old. Don't get me wrong, but ironwood, hey, quality.
Okay.
I'll step aside and let him examine it.
Okay.
Does thaumaturgy work on it?
Yeah.
How?
As far as a cantrip goes, you do that, but you do feel like at first where it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
to
like,
really drive it open.
just imagining how epic moving that ironwood heavy door.
It would definitely, like,
Just
equivalent of having to
blast
cast it
open.
like 2 or 3 times. So just like,
Yeah.
So obviously I just saw him cast.
Yep, you just saw him cast. It is definitely different than what you've done. Yeah, it's a different type of casting, but you're smart enough that you know this is not a wizard. Like, this goes more into those realms of someone who's new to it, like almost innate abilities or picked up, and it's not a science of magic.
So,
it is someone who is just
Sorcerer, warlock. that type of
warlock,
thing.
cleric, any of those who are doing it actually cleric excluded. There's no prayer. So warlock, sorcerer, those are the 2 that you'd be more familiar with. And warlock, just so you know, because I don't think we discussed that, there's not a specific of like, witch, burn the witch. It's like just unrecognized magic. And especially with where you're at, you're not recognized either. You are working your way to being recognized. You have a modicum of power. Yes, learned. Yes, educated. You're not one of those who just can do things. You've learned. But you are not... You don't have a doctorate yet.
You surprise me.
Oh, that's one of the tricks I was talking about. That door was heavy, though. I mean, I didn't move it myself, but why would you?
Indeed, why would I? Well done. Let's see what lies behind.
All right. More fun.
All right.
I'll let him get a good 5 to 10 feet ahead of me in case something triggers or...
Yeah, sure. You just walking in?
Yeah, I'm just sauntering right in.
Okay. So you walk in. Upon entering, you walk about 10 feet in, center of the room. Inside, this room looks immaculate.
Whoa.
There is a bed. Still has covers. Still has a mattress. There is a desk. It is bare, but it looks good. There is like an armoire in one corner. There is a shelf that is like the same kind of like stone bookcase. Bare. And there's a painting on the back wall. The painting is of a city. Floating through the clouds.
Oh, well, I'm coming off my disappointment from the bed in the other room, so I'll immediately jump on this bed first. That's the first priority of business for me. So
Perfect.
yeah.
I will, kind of standing at the doorway, studying the room. Does it look to me like all of these things are old and preserved or new?
They look like they are old-ish, but very preserved. Like not 1,000 years old preserved, but like, that desk is probably, good aged desk.
Well, I guess,
but
magically preserved.
Oh,
if
yeah, 100% magically preserved.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Callan's just standing in the middle of the room.
Bouncing on the bed.
Nope, standing in the middle of the room.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, if he's going to do that, is there another door out of this room?
Nope. You're standing in the doorway of the only, door in. He's just standing in the middle of the room. Looks like, maybe taking in the painting. Like he's just walked in and then just kind of stopped and, not moving.
Is there something to prop the door open with?
It looks like the hinges on this door are old enough that it's like they're not moving unless aggressively forced.
Okay.
But unless you have something or want to try to slide over the desk or, do something like that, nothing obvious.
Okay. Well, I will shrug and cautiously walk over to the desk to begin studying it, looking for... You said there's nothing on it?
Nope.
So, drawers?
Yep. So you start walking forward. You get to about the same spot as him, and then all of a sudden, Callan, Vincent is right next to you.
Am I still imagining that I'm jumping on the bed? Or?
No, you haven't even done that.
Oh, I haven't.
You had that thought, like, ooh, bed. And then all of a sudden, Vincent's right next to you.
Hey, did you find anything?
Not yet. I was just walking over to the desk.
Oh, have we been here long?
Mere moments.
Right, yeah, mere moments. Well, let's get investigating then, right?
Yep. So you both resume what you were thinking, like you're thinking, like, all right, check the bed. You're like, back to the desk.
His hesitation would.
Okay, sure. What are you thinking?
I don't know. He's acting strange.
Yeah.
Is there something I should know?
No. I No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay.
Right.
You can either incite that response or just resume trying to go to the desk.
15.
15. Nothing dishonest, nothing, anything like that, but just, I don't know, there might be maybe he's a little confused. But beyond that, nothing dishonest, nothing seems like he's hiding specifically.
Okay.
Okay.
I will proceed to the desk cautiously and start rummaging through it.
Okay.
I'll check around the rest of the room or under the bed, around the bed. Is there an actual bed? Or was I imagining that?
No, there's a bed there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the painting?
Yep, painting's right in front of you. Floating city, framed, beautiful frame.
Okay. I'd like to examine and look at that as much as I can, I guess.
Okay. So you both kind of have those thoughts, and then almost like that kind of like, if you ever fell asleep on the couch where it felt like you blinked, but like an hour went by,
Mm-hmm.
you both kind of just all of a sudden are looking at each other. Having a sense of like, and then you're still standing right where you were.
I'm just thinking I blacked out for some silly reason. I forgot I consumed something or something. So again, I'm asked, did you find anything yet?
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I can identify, like, are we under the spell effect?
Oh, sure, yeah. Roll me that Arcana check.
I'd be curious too. So
Yeah, by all means. You can too.
I biffed that. So that's a 10.
10.
21.
21. So, you found anything yet? I've asked that before. And then you kind of just, first time you've really consciously tried to open up your senses, you feel like there's a wall right in front of you. And that it's got almost like tendrils of like static electricity that are just there, where it's like, you're like, that was weird. Ooh. There's a thing here.
What?
So, like, we're in an illusion, perhaps, or?
You don't feel anything. He does.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm kind of looking at him to see if he's
Yeah.
registering, and I don't want to say anything if it doesn't look like he's.
I'm just looking
Catching on.
confused.
He looks
Probably.
confused. Yeah, he's just like, nothing. I was going to the desk.
Okay.
I
Can
thought.
Yeah. So can I investigate that effect
Okay.
any further?
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, wisdom saving throw. That's an 8.
8. So you see him kind of turn, like, kind of look at you questioningly again. Like, hold on. You find anything yet? That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
you have that same deja vu kind of.
Okay.
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 I'm going to experiment with something, so I will take the bat and say, Kismet, fly out the door. And I'm going to send him just out the door and have him latch onto the wall outside.
Okay.
And then I want to project my senses through him
Okay.
to observe myself.
Oh. Cool. All right. And then what are you doing?
I'm going to try to walk over to the desk. I realize that'd be disorienting, but I'm going to try to use
Yeah.
him. Like,
Roll me an intelligence saving throw just for the fact of you're doing some weird out of body, in body.
21.
21. Ooh, good. So you kind of, you're looking at you, look at you, it's weird, and then turn around, take like just the gesture of moving forward, and then you stop. You see your whole body relax. And then seem like you just woke up. And then turn. Looking at you. And you almost at the exact same moment, have the exact same kind of, like almost like a little went off and then.
So
Find
I'll,
anything yet?
I'm gonna reach out and kind of touch him on the shoulder, say, "Come back to the doorway," and I'm gonna try to walk out of here.
Okay. Walk back. Easily. You get back to the door.
Yeah, I don't like what's going on, so I'm just gonna randomly start shooting stuff.
Okay, what are you shooting at?
I mean, it's the walls. I don't want to harm that painting. That looks exquisite. No, I don't want to mess that up. If the bed has some nice bedding on it, I don't want to mess that up. So I'm just like shooting the walls and anything loose that's
What
ornamental or
what are you shooting? Like, what do I see? What I see him do?
I am shooting from my fingertips. I'm shooting balls of like jade green energy. They kind of look like these dice. Sparkly jade green energy with looks like metallic gold flecks, and when it hits, it bursts into like a confetti effect.
Do I know what spell that is?
No. No. That's odd. That's huh. But yeah, you just kind of you know, and poo, poo, you know. Think of like if you ever played Halo when you do confetti mode, when you kill the grunts and they just poof, poof, like little firework bursts.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Just I want to see if something happens, so register, so I can
Yeah, absolutely.
figure out more.
I'll
Roll me a
watch him.
percentile while.
Okay, percentile. Well, great.
So he's firing off. What are you doing? Watching this.
Well,
confetti
I'm gonna
display?
watch him do that, and I'm just gonna. Try to puzzle out what I've observed so far to see if I can figure out what the spell effect is.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check
Arcana check.
for him.
Oh, okay.
He's watching you
Yes.
cast.
it's still a 10.
Percentile was a 43.
43. Okay, perfect.
Better not be perfect.
Okay. What'd you roll?
It was a 10.
10?
So I'm still.
It's
This is
different. It's like you've never seen that, man. So you firing these off and all that. There's a couple shots that you actually do get a glimmer, especially off the kind of fireworky confetti thing, where you can see almost there is a barrier, a wall that
Ooh.
shimmers through the arcane kind of reflection of that.
Ah,
Or refraction. Yeah.
I mean, so watching him. Like,
Yeah,
when
you
I
can see it
that,
too.
Like
Yeah.
when is it like dividing
Just a
this room up?
straight arcane kind of, there's almost just a split second of like ripples of water kind of just, from that refraction
Like,
of
but
his
where
spell.
in the room?
Wherever, like he shoots against the wall, some of that arcane energy bursts out and he'll just slightly hit that wall right at that spot where you didn't move forward. Right in the middle of the room.
I'll cast a fire. I'll join him and just throw a firebolt kind of in
Straight
that
forward?
spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's poof, and you'll see the firebolt burst against a wall.
so like a different wall than what we're seeing.
It's the equivalent of, imagine there's a wall that has no visible spectrum. So it just, it acts in the physics of hitting a physical wall, except there's nothing there
Okay.
halfway into the room.
Okay.
So it's like the room is 20 feet deep, 10 feet in, it stops and it just refracts off of it. The flames spread across.
So using his idea as a cue, I'm gonna see if we can identify the full length of the wall. Like
Okay.
move over a few feet, throw it again. Move over
Yep.
a few.
You'll easily, between the both of you, especially after you both oh yeah. Just going across. It is from wall to wall, ceiling to floor, a physical arcane wall
So
of some sort,
what? So it's bisecting the room though.
bisecting the room.
So what is on this side of the wall?
This side of the wall, basically, it stops at the foot, like the foot of the bed is beyond it. The desk is beyond it. The shelves, like the bookcase shelves and the armoire, are on this side, on your side.
I'm sorry. So you said the bookshelves and the armoire.
Yep.
So is the wall? It's a straight line, or is it like an L shaped?
It is the bookshelf is like right next to the doorway,
Okay.
and the armoire is kind of kitty corner in that corner behind the door.
Okay.
Perhaps check out the armoire.
That's on our
It's on our
section.
side.
Yep, that is on your
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, I'll investigate that one.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
18.
18. So you open it up. It's a little, not rusty or anything like that, but it hasn't been open for a while. But other than that, nice armoire. Opens. There's some clothes. Looks halfway nice, Looks like men's kind of more robes and very comfortable clothing. Think almost kind of mix in nowadays modern kind of yoga clothes with like Japanese culture of like flowy but yet comfort, slim, tight but comfortable, like kind of that in between,
All right. I'll take a few the more exquisite looking pieces, just throw them over my shoulder.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
They're ready to pack away when I have a chance.
Yep, you're going through it. And as you throw one of them over, on the floor, something falls.
No.
Turn around, look. There is like a small little package wrapped with like a little bit of twine or, rope, like, around it. Little tiny little pouch that must have fallen out of one of these pockets.
Okay.
Yep.
Do I see that?
Yeah,
ground?
absolutely. Yeah, you're paying attention.
Yeah,
This isn't
I'm
a hidden thing.
Yeah.
watching for anything bad to happen to him.
Yeah.
It appears something has fallen out.
I will pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up.
Can I
Yeah,
look
easily
at it
open.
anymore?
What?
Look at it anymore? Does it? do
You'd have
any-
to open it.
Oh.
Beyond that, it's a little satchel. Little tiny thing.
Okay. Ooh, a present. Yeah, I would rip it right open.
Ripping right open. For the sake of describing something in a totally vague way, when we all know what it's going to end up looking like to us, it looks like a Jolly Rancher. I mean, it looks red, but it looks like candy. So that's what it looks like. Just looking at it.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy.
All right. So, is it a piece of candy?
I'm gonna pop it in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'd just be like,
Even you get the sense from Kismet on the wall who's going, did he just put it in his mouth? Yeah, what's the first flavor that pops in your mouth?
Just cherry.
Yeah, cherry. That's really good. That's like a cherry candy.
Okay. Offer. You want to try it?
Yeah, take it out. And as you take it out, you go, hey, you want to try it? You want to try it?
no, thank you.
You kind of all of a sudden you go, hey, let's try.
Willy Wonka candy here. I liked it, so back it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything more we can investigate in this half of the room?
Do you have any rope?
Unless my head's going to explode now, whatever.
There's still the bookshelf that has no books on it, but do you have any rope?
Yes, I have 50 feet of hempen rope.
I was,
Trademark.
as I observed you. I'm going to walk over to the bookshelf. Perhaps you can see if you can toss it into the rope through that wall. Obviously, the magic is being blocked.
Yeah. Good
Let's
idea.
see if it's an actual physical boundary.
Good idea. I have like a metal flask, not my green flask,
Okay.
that I can put some weight on it too
Okay.
with, and I'll use that. Throw it.
Dun, 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 dun. On the other side of the room. Hits the wall. Then it drops.
Ah, excellent.
So it went through that.
Yep. It's on the other side. You're holding onto the rope, and it goes 15 more feet against the other wall in the corner. Right near the painting beyond the desk, You're holding onto the rope.
Huh. Well, that
Perhaps-
worked.
Perhaps we're dealing with the green glass door syndrome. Very curious.
Okay. So you tie the other end of the rope to me and throw me across to the other side?
That would be one method. Perhaps you can lasso a bedpost?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we throw your bat over there?
I'll look thoughtful and shrug because I'm very
so as you're
pragmatic.
thinking about it, you kind of half glance, and you just get that feeling of like, oh no.
I'll wave. Kismet, fly through.
Really?
You're listening to that
You're
guy?
like, really? Are you gonna use are you gonna make me?
Now, Kismet. You'll be fine.
You do get the feeling of like in Telltale games, like Kismet will remember this, and and land on the ground, and then
I'll
immediately,
I'll try to catch him.
yeah, and immediately, like, you throw me a dex, dex save,
Natty 20, so that'll be a 22.
catch, immediately just hands on bat hips of like.
We needed to know, so I'll put him safely up on my shoulder. So inanimate objects can pass.
Okay, so one of us has to be inanimate.
I don't think that would solve the problem.
Okay.
I'll go examine the bookshelf while
Okay.
thinking further about this.
Okay.
Looking for, I don't know, a false back, or you said it's stone though, right?
Yep, stone. Yep, it's stone. And there's really, you're looking around. It's like, and you're kind of clearing some dust. Roll me an investigation as you're looking through.
Natty 1. Oh, that. Whew, dust.
Yeah. So yeah. Allergies. I mean, so you're not really picking up anything. As you're doing this, and actually, like all this dust is now filling the air. You'll actually see, Callan, as this dust has filled the air, you'll see that there's actually some moss in the cracks of the ground that is just due to the grouting, stuff like that. That is right on the edge of the room to where the door was shut. And as that dust is in the air and kind of makes its way out the natural kind of halfway flow of the air, you'll see some of the moss actually has, for just a brief moment, shimmers purple and then moves down the hall and then pink, and then you see the pink come back and then stop back at the doorway.
Ooh.
I sneeze. Kind of start clearing my
Yeah,
eyes.
you're in full just God, nerd kind of, my allergies.
Okay.
Darn natty ones.
So I noticed that moss effect.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Very briefly.
I just want to go pick at the moss and see if I can tell anything from that.
Okay.
Does it do any more effects while
You're poking
I'm
at it? Or?
poking at it and trying to talk to it?
Yeah, what are you saying?
I was saying, "Hey, little mossy, what's up? What's going on here?" Just
So as you're coughing and just all that, roll me, God, what would be the best? Nature. Roll me nature.
me roll a nature.
Yeah, you
Okay.
roll me nature.
Gotcha.
We gotta make it almost a unique thing for
19.
this specific thing. 19, good. So you kind of start to hear him talk, and at first you think he's talking to you. I'm just like, "Hey, how you doing there? You anything?" And you're like, I'm fine. And then kind of as you get your eyes cleared and kind of look, you see him kind of crouched in the doorway, looking down at the moss and roots and stuff that have. And just, how we doing? Huh? Anything you want to tell me or anything?
I'm starting. I'm immediately worried that he's fallen under another spell effect.
Okay.
So I'm like,
You'll hear. You're not gonna find anything that way if you keep doing that. Real quiet and almost like a child, kind of.
Okay.
And there is the faintest shimmer of light in the moss that
Oh.
just kind of echoes down the hall and back as it says that. You do not see that.
All right. I now that I've kind of cleared my eyes, I'm gonna take my quarterstaff and see if I'm able to kind of reach through.
Oh,
with
absolutely.
My quarterstaff,
Yeah.
and then like tap the bed.
Yep.
Okay. So as long as my hand doesn't hit it, then
Okay. I'll keep talking to the moss. There's nothing over there, you promise? To the moss.
We promise.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the help. Do you know where I can find anything?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for ancient items, relics of power, texts from the before times. And I'll just spill, that kind of stuff.
is he saying this out loud?
Yeah.
He's saying that out loud.
He's saying that
you
out
don't
loud.
hear my side of
Right,
it. but
right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's saying all that.
So he's having this half-sided conversation with moss on the ground or whatever it is.
yeah, so you're poking through all, so it's like,
Yes.
I have another idea. Hey, Callan, I looked in the wardrobe. Did he grab all the clothes?
no, there's still some in there, but he threw some over his shoulder.
I'm gonna check through those.
Okay. So roll me investigation. While you're doing that, what was the last question you said?
Oh,
Items of power. Okay.
Yeah.
And depends on what you mean of power, because we're pretty awesome, and we're everywhere.
You are. And I really appreciate any help you can give me. And it's nice to meet you if I haven't met you before.
You said Mossy?
Yes.
Yeah, we know him.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that guy. How's he doing?
I don't know.
Oh.
We know each other, but we don't hang out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was cool. And if you're half as cool as him, I know you're.
We're way cooler than him. Don't even act like you're trying to. Just don't. Just don't.
Okay.
Little flashes of color.
You're right. I probably don't know
What'd you
how
roll?
cool.
18.
18. Yeah.
I probably don't know how cool you guys are. What would be really cool and would be like really party on is if you know of any of these things that have lasted through the millennia that are still hanging around here with maybe some
Well, there's
magic.
lots of things that have been here forever, or since, well, at least as long as we've been here. But there, a lot of them are other places.
Oh, like what?
I don't know, like the thing that, like, there's things that go through all of everywhere.
Ooh, what's the neatest one you've ever seen?
Oh, we don't talk about that one. We don't go near it.
Can I go near it?
If you want to die.
Huh.
So you're going through clothes, and nice silks, and
I'm basically looking for any further contents.
just clothes. Nice pair of shoes. Other than that, and just weird conversation coming from the doorway.
I'm gonna basically put some of them on.
Okay. So you start just like, maybe this is, maybe that's the key. I got to wear some of the, so you're changing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that one's out of the question. What's some of your other favorite ones? Where are those? Can you
we
show
don't
me?
know because we haven't been past here. That's why we hang out here.
Oh, okay. Who would know?
Who would know?
Yeah.
I don't know. No one's been. We've only been here since like after this landed on us, and so we've this is where we live now.
Ooh. When you say this landed on us, what do you mean?
And you almost see like a piece of root kind of just like slap the stone, like this.
Ah. Oh. Gotcha.
And then you'll see another root kind of point up towards the painting. It's like a stone in a river.
That landed on you?
Yeah. We
When?
can't get in there though. We've been trying to grow in there for a long time.
Okay, so okay. You can't get in there.
We don't know what's in there. So it's probably boring. But yet, we've been everywhere else.
Well, I really appreciate talking to you. Is there anywhere I should go to find something cool?
Most of it's probably gone. The thing kind of gets rid of most of the things that are worth talking about.
The thing?
The
What?
thing. We don't know what it is. It just, our friends disappear when they go near them.
Because they like him so much, or what? Huh. Friends.
Yeah.
I tell ya.
Moss was by it one day, then gone the next. Then Bush, gone. Mushroom, gone.
Yeah.
Anything goes near, or he comes near, gone. That's why we stay up here. Can't go through there.
So they just moved on to the big time and didn't remember their roots, and they don't send letters.
Right. So, yeah, you're hearing all this.
Callan, are you okay there?
I'm okay. I don't think... Doesn't sound like we're going to find much if we keep trying this way.
Observe me for a moment, if you will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I want to take. So I've basically put on
Yeah,
some of the clothes.
you got all
and
his-
slip the shoes on.
Yeah.
But I want to just take one of the robes or whatever and wrap it around my arm so there's no exposed skin.
Yeah.
And then try to just like stick that through.
Goes right through.
It goes through.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Then I'll.
Like, and immediately the thought just pops in your head of like, it's so simple that a wizard would basically just imbue his stuff to only he can get through it. And it's like in the clothes, like it's connected to him. It's a simple spell or a wording, but it's like really foolproof at the same time, you know?
But I'm no fool, and I'll step through.
Yep. You see him walk right through after waving his hand through.
Well, I'm shocked, and I'm like, well, you didn't try that, did you? I'm talking to the moss. And then
No, sir.
I'm going to put on as fast as I can one of my outfits. Just run out right over there as soon as I can.
Yep. As soon as you can, and you're over. You're both across the threshold.
So the painting has intrigued me, so I want to go study it.
Okay. How are you studying it? Just looking at it?
Well, I mean, when I initially look at it,
Beautiful painting, really well done. It is looks like a nice, like no landscape below it, but clouds and a really intricate city of like. Think somewhere in a. Are you a fan of, let's say, trying to think, like Stargate Atlantis, anything like that? Floating city, very techie and all that.
I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Mix that with way more like fantasy, medieval kind of, architecture. So it looks like a floating city on a disc.
Okay.
So what the moss told me is that city fell on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to tell Vincent, the fauna over there just told me that city fell on them. And they're kind of a little perturbed about it.
I see. So you.
Which it would sound insane, of course.
Well, I mean, I'm familiar, I would assume, with people using spells to talk to animals and other things. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
you've
unheard
heard
of.
you've heard of druids.
Yeah.
It's weird that you didn't see him cast anything. If anything, you almost thought he was under the effects of something or drunk, or But it's like beyond that, you've heard of that effect, yeah.
Curious. So I'm gonna. Here, help me with this. Let's remove this painting and study the backside. Look for anything.
Okay.
If it's covering anything or anything concealed on the back of the painting.
Okay, so you both go kind of.
Caught carefully, not to break it, obviously.
I try to gently finagle, and as you do, you feel like after you get done with gentle, and you're like, all right, let's take it off,
Crowbar?
It's affixed to it, and as you are sliding your hands around looking for a seam or something, at one of the corners you actually do all of a sudden feel just a little give, and it just on a hinge, and the whole thing slides in and slides to the side, and there is a square tunnel leading down, in a curve.
Nice. Well, I think we could continue, but we should finish checking the desk. There's a desk in the bed.
Yep, there is a desk.
I'm already in the hole.
So as you're like, we should probably. Oh no, you're going in. Okay.
Okay, yeah, desk, yeah. Sure.
Well, you seem to have an affinity for bed, so I'll walk over to the desk.
Okay. So he's going into the hall. You walk over to the desk. Roll me an investigation.
There we go. That'll be a 20.
Ooh, a 20. All right. So as you're going through the desk and everything, you found that the desk itself was pretty bare. As you're going through it, you will find on the side of the desk, you weren't able to see it from the front side because it's kind of angled. There is, think like preserves kind of jar. A jar. There, sealed.
Okay.
And next to it, there looks to be glass and two lids, maybe two other jars that had fallen off.
I mean,
Both empty, like, all that, and it's like even this jar, it's like there's a little weight to it, but it's like looks empty. I mean, roll me a perception.
so it's an 8.
Yep, looks empty. Looks
But
like
is
a
it,
clear
is
glass.
it? But it has like a sealed lid on it.
Yeah, sealed lid. Yep, stopper on it. Oh, like a leather thong over top, just sealed. And the other two that looked like they were broken there had lids on them, but obviously must have fallen off.
I'll have to study this further, so I will take one of the extra robes and wrap it up, and then slide that into my pack.
Okay, you now have a jar, sealed jar.
Okay.
You're going deeper into the hole. You come out. Step down. You are in a circular room. There are all kinds of shelves that have beakers, and like most of them empty. Some of them do have liquids in them. Very quickly from the smell, you can just... These are remnants of something that, even though there might have been something preserving, it ain't lasted long enough. It's like there's smells, but like amongst all this kind of mixture of like, and some of it definitely looks fallen over, broken, things like that. There is age and all that, even though none of the plant life, none of anything else has gotten in here. It looks like someone took this room and shook it up. But on the far end of the room, there is what looks almost like a coffin sitting on a pedestal. Ooh. Stone, with a lid on top that is to the side, and writing on it.
Okay. All right. Any of the stuff around look salvageable or useful?
You kind of, just looking through it a little bit. If you want, roll me an investigation.
And I'll join him whenever I'm done with.
Yep.
That.
So he's looking around. Roll me your investigation, and that'll be like right as you're kind of made your way out, and you see the same thing I just told you.
Yeah.
It's a 21.
21. Okay. You will pick up what looks to be like, and you'll immediately, as you kind of have uncovered a few things, lift, a shelf that ironwood and kind of move it off to the side. You'll find there is a staff there.
Ooh.
Looks like potentially, like, you'll immediately, like, that's a wizard's staff. That intricately carved in ruins. It looks like it's almost made of, it looks like wood, but the actual look to it almost looks like obsidian. And next to it, as you lift that off, there is a skeleton there. And there are remnants of, clothes or whatever that slowly, but you do see that.
Okay.
And on one of the skeletal hands, there is this, like, a ring that seems to go over just like the two middle fingers that looks pristine with a almost a gold like gold band and then a like topaz stone on it.
Okay.
Haircut.
So
Yes, I think somebody wants to come.
cool. I'll just fumble through the bones, recklessly and grab
We'll see-
everything.
yeah.
Oh, careful, careful.
The stuff that the skeleton is wearing, is that like similar to the clothes that we found in the wardrobe in the other room?
They are a little more decayed,
Mhm.
but it wouldn't take much to kind of make that connection.
Okay. Yeah.
And roll me an intelligence check, Don. Or Vincent. Sorry.
Vincent.
That's only going to be a 13.
Oh, that's enough. You'll make a connection. And it's weird unless you think of the scope of it. Black staff. The wizard staff made of black. Obsidian almost, it looks like.
Sure.
Tower. Multiple rooms. This could be some sort of Black Staff's tower of some sort. If you're not familiar with that reference, it definitely seemed like almost a title. But,
That makes this journal even more interesting.
yeah.
This staff looks really cool, so I'm just gonna start, wow, look
Careful.
at this. Woo! Cha-cha!
Careful with that.
Gee.
That could be a valuable
Oh,
relic.
valuable relic, you say? And then just keep "Ah, ch-ch," pretending I'm a wizard.
Okay.
I'm a powerful wizard.
So, yeah, you have a child with a lightsaber.
When you're done swinging that, I would like to take a closer look.
But it's mine.
Enjoy it for a moment. So clearly he's entertained. Let me. You said there was a coffin
Yep.
that was partially opened.
Yep.
I'd like to go examine that.
It is empty. But there is writing on the outside.
All right, can I decipher that?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, there we go. 25.
Oh, very good. This one takes you far less time. As you're looking at it, you decipher what it says. And it seems like it even has the equivalent of like quotes that says, "Only in death can we see the path revealed."
Okay, I will ponder that.
Yep.
Hey, Vincent, what's it say?
Something about death and the path revealed.
Well, this guy's dead. He doesn't look like he went anywhere.
Well, no, but if he was here when this place fell, perhaps, well, that's how he met his end. So, I want to basically start going through everything else in this room,
Okay.
looking for anything. So if we're in a wizard's tower, that's a lot more promising.
Yeah, that's where your brain's going to with just the little clues you have. And yeah. So you're starting to search.
Mm-hmm. Looking for anything.
Investigation?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Callan?
Well, it's a cool looking staff, so I would have some feeling that it might actually be magical.
Sure.
Can I take a check it out anyway to
Do me an Arcana check.
right on?
What did you roll for investigation?
Oh, nice. A 6.
6. Okay.
More dust, I'm sure.
As you kind of go through, lift up this, lift up that, you're not finding anything, nothing that's really jumping out at you beyond the fact of someone distractedly swinging
And I'm like,
staff.
can you please be careful with that?
And you finally stop. What did you roll?
23.
23.
It was a
And-
nat 20, actually.
Oh, nice. Thank you for telling me. So you swinging around and all that, and you finally get to a point where you just stop after he's kind of just like, I can't look at anything if I have to hide from you, I'm dodging you. I can't search. And you kind of just hold the staff. and really start looking at, just checking out all the ruins that are in it, and it's beautiful. It really is. And then around your fingertips, you see almost like black tar start to crawl and grab on, not aggressively, but just start to, and you get the sense of like almost like someone extending their hand to do a handshake, except it is like a nuclear reactor doing that. And are you letting go? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll for what he does.
Okay, yeah, you tell me. Yeah,
'Cause he's a fool.
Yeah.
He rolled a 2, so I want to see what happens. I guess.
Okay. First off, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh.
All right,
That'll-
intelligence saving throw, not just check. Saving throw. Okay.
Intelligence saving throw. So. Okay. 8.
Okay. Constitution saving throw next.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Constitution is 11.
11. Okay. You are going to, for the briefest of moments, get the sense of as if you said something offensive in the middle of a church, or something along those lines, and you feel like you get the sense of an arcane backhand. You'll take 13 psychic damage, and this 100% you get the sense of this was a polite how dare you, in the way you just did.
Okay.
And drop the staff, and it's just like holding your head. It's all psychic damage. That hurt.
Oh, okay. Okay, I won't touch it anymore. Jeez.
I'll walk over and reverently pick it up.
Okay. It's a beautiful staff.
Greetings, master.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
What?
14.
14. Okay. You won't feel it or see it as much as after you kind of say that out loud. You'll get a sense of almost someone just going, and you'll see kind of as you're kind of clearing your head a little bit, and you'll see the same things, tar and everything going up his hand. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
Can I do my healing light on myself?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
16.
16? Okay. Okay, Constitution saving throw. I know, I get it.
Wah, wah. 5.
5. Okay. You get the sense of something that is satisfied with kind of the way you approached, but definitely immediately gets a sense that you physically can't handle this and is politely checking you. You will take 7 psychic damage, but this was a polite, you're not ready yet. But thank you.
What effect do I see on that?
You'll see a very quick retraction, and then just a kind of like somebody who heard like that, like speakers doing that feedback of like, oh, yep.
Ha!
So I'm gonna kind of hold on to. I'll gingerly set it down and say, I think this may be beyond our abilities to handle just yet.
Yeah. Why'd you touch it after you saw what happened to me?
Well, I saw what you did before. I thought perhaps that was a repercussion.
Uh-huh. And you thought you were going to be above that?
Of course.
Why do you think you're so special?
Because I am.
Right. So, do you have any idea what we're dealing with there?
Specifically, no. Generally, this is obviously probably a former attuned magic item. Might have some residue of this black staff, or perhaps a message from the past, or maybe it's just a sentient artifact. It could be any number of things.
So, did it belong to that guy? The skeleton?
I would presume so.
I'm going to kick the skeleton for making the staff do that to me.
So you kick the skeleton. So bones crackle and all that, and that ring goes ding, 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 moving across the room.
Oh, so this, I don't know if I saw the ring before, but do I?
Yeah, you definitely see it now if you didn't before.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll gingerly... No, I'm going to take a piece of my cloak and pick it up and look at it.
Okay. He's
I'm a
now
little-
cradling.
Well, while he's cradling it, I'll
Much
be like,
more respect with
Once
this.
bitten type
so,
of thing.
what have you found there? I'm trying to steady it in his hands too.
It's a ridiculous ring this jerk was wearing. Can you tell anything about it?
I mean, I don't have detect magic, so I mean, an Arcana check to see if it looks like
Okay. Roll
symbols
me an
on it.
Arcana check and a investigation. Just seeing as you're looking over it, and are you touching it? No, no,
Not yet.
Then just the Arcana. Just the Arcana. If you're not going to touch it.
Not initially. Yeah. So a 10 Arcana just to sort of carefully study it, looking for runes, familiar patterns, something, you know.
Okay, so you're having him kind of in the thing. Okay. Then roll me investigation. I'll say with advantage, seeing as he's assisting. Flip it over again. No, that way. Yeah, that's the way.
I don't have a lot of hit points left, so
Sorry.
that's only gonna be a 9 though. Come on, hold it steady.
You get this magically. It resists you, but not like anything thinking. Just like it just feels like you can't peer into it. But as he's moving things, you do notice there's some kind of writing and all that. You're not sure what it is, where, you know, but you do see something. There's some ruins or something, you know, on the inside of the band.
I mean, could I have him like hold it just so I can try to read the rune? I mean, does it look like the writing like in the book and on the
Oh,
coffin?
100%. It's the same language. Yep.
Okay.
Very small.
I mean, if I've kind of just got down and really tried to read the inscription, then
Really, really carefully. All paths unlocked.
oh, this could be what I've been looking for.
Oh, it could be what I'm looking for too.
What are you looking for besides cake ingredients?
Cool stuff like this. I'll trade you for your book.
I'm not sure I can let go of the book. It may be required to study the properties of this ring,
Study's boring.
but if you'd like, you could keep that staff.
I don't know about that.
She's fickle.
I'm sure you can grow into it if you continue following this path of study you're on.
Mm-hmm. So no book?
Perhaps we could jointly study it for a short period of time.
You mentioned getting out of here. Do you have a plan for that?
Yes, we're going to keep searching until we find the way out.
Okay. Do you have a direction in mind?
Steadily up. Although, perhaps if we rest, I can study that ring again and see if I can unlock something. If it is what I think it may be, it could be a key, and that key could be a way out.
I'm a key.
Just look at him. And what are you a key to?
I don't know yet.
Why do you think you're a key?
Because someone told me I was. Okay, more than just someone. An otherworldly someone. He's a pretty cool guy, actually. You'd like him. Or maybe not, I don't know. You want to study all the time?
I mean, could I try to put two and two together to think he may be a warlock who's made a pact or something? I mean, if he's otherworldly,
Roll me an intelligence.
you know, I've heard of about these people who
No, I get it.
shortcut their way to power. I mean, 11.
Like, he's an odd fellow. You've already seen some weird things. Like, that isn't the first thing that pop in your head. You've seen him talking apparently to plants.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him. Yeah, it's like
I'm
he's
kitted out like a rogue.
eccentric.
So this otherworldly fellow,
Mm-hmm.
when did this person tell you were a key?
It's been a few days, I suppose. Weeks. Is that important?
I am just trying to understand the nature of your relationship.
Do we know what we're trying to unlock yet?
Well, I'm looking for a key to basically doors of the world.
Oh. So you know what you're looking for.
Not specifically.
And maybe you're not telling me as much as you know.
I have some clues on a very old scroll that have led me here.
Okay.
I knew I was looking for a key, and I wasn't expecting it to be typical small iron type. But if this is in fact key in nature, that fits with the description at least.
Yeah. Looks like you found a key.
Well, perhaps two.
Perhaps two. But what kind of door needs two keys?
Perhaps a very complicated one.
Good point.
What are you supposed to be able to unlock?
Well, like I said, I don't know, but I seem to be following this current of destiny. And I just trust it. And it seems like wherever I go, whatever happens, I'm on the path to whatever door I'm going to unlock. Does that make sense?
I believe you believe it does.
Come on, you're a smart guy.
I'm not one much for destinies.
I used to be that way. I used to hear talk of destiny everywhere, and I just looked around the world and saw that the actions of men and women of the common races order our fates much more than destiny. But here I am. I didn't plan to be here. It means something. So, what's your next step in mind?
Well, to study this book, to study this key, to see if we can discern what it may unlock.
Okay.
I mean, are we ready to rest? Is it?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely rest.
I mean, just think about paths that we have left to explore. So,
At this point, you'd have another floor once you go back out here, another floor above that Kismet saw. But this is one entrance, one exit. I mean, if you're thinking about resting, this ain't a bad place.
Well, we both just took pretty severe. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking my head is pounding.
Yeah.
I could probably stand to maybe lay down for bed and do some reading.
Okay.
Okay. Can I commune with my drink at all?
Yeah, you can sure try.
Okay. What's that going to be?
Oh, start off by what you're doing.
I'm pulling out my magical flask and drinking and trying to commune with it. And I'm talking to that now.
What are you saying?
And I am saying, is there anything here I should be taking? Any direction I should be going?
Roll me a religion check.
Okay, so 13.
Okay. What are you doing while he starts talking to a flask and taking a few sips?
I will observe him out of the corner of my eye and kind of look around for a place to get settled in.
Yeah.
And to see if I can bring the book out and start taking a look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Any place is as good as any. I mean, it's stone room, no moisture or anything like that has gotten in here, really.
So, I mean, I can get out my pack and bedroll and kind of make a little spot to sit down and.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you still have the ring? Or did you give it
He's holding the ring, yeah.
Still okay. So you're holding the ring still.
I'll put it in a pouch, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. You take a few sips. I start, kind of like, what am I missing? What am I doing? Just so everyone knows, if I could turn the camera, I rolled 98 for percentile. So as you're talking, you're getting your stuff out. You start rolling out your bedroll and stuff, and you set down your pack and all that. And all of a sudden, you'll notice as you set down your stuff, your water skin springs a leak. And it starts filling up kind of the grouting, And then,
I mean, I'm very quickly like
yeah, go to stem it,
plug it.
and it there's almost pressure there. I mean, where it's like, and it's wine. It's not water. And it starts streaming and collecting and working its way, unfortunately, to do that roll, to the coffin. It goes right up to it and just kind of surrounds
like
it.
is more coming out than should be in.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Half a cask. I mean...
So I'll
Oh yeah, you notice this real quick too. Once he's like, "Oh my god, oh," and then it's not water; it's like wine. Like I know that year.
All right, so I'll unscrew the cap.
Yeah,
and hold it so that the excess will come out, but whenever it stops, it'll stay full.
Yeah,
and begin casting mending on it.
Okay. Yeah. After a few moments of you finally, cast mending, you do it, and that liquid just keeps moving. It stopped leaking. Your water skin is full, and it keeps moving, and all the liquid collects, and then almost seems like as if it had drained, just, and then it's gone.
Okay, I'm heading towards that coffin.
Okay. Take a sip.
Yeah, I'll take a sip of it. I smell it. I mean, does it seem just water? Wine? It's water now.
Yeah.
It's party time. I'll stand up and say it's party time and head right towards that coffin where the wine collected.
Vincent's very confused.
What is going on here?
Okay. So you go over the coffin.
Yes.
Okay. Still has the what the inscription says. You see there's writing on it. An empty casket with a lid half open.
Okay. So investigate the casket as thoroughly. See if there's anything to trigger anything else.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
23.
Seems like there's something. You're not sure what it is, but you get the sense immediately, like after you do a little searching, it's just like there's a way that this opens up on the bottom, or it slide like something happens. Like I know what this is, you know.
All right, so I mean, he's looking.
He starts
excited.
seeming like he's making connections of something.
All right, so I'm thinking in case we have to move out of here quickly, I'll pick all my stuff back up and then come over and.
Okay.
What have you found?
This is where the party is. So we should open it up. I don't know how it opens yet, though.
The party.
The party.
What do you mean by the party?
Didn't you just see the wine just flow over here?
I came out
Wine
of my...
doesn't flow where there's no party.
I mean, that logic really, you know.
It is a very strong indicator that this is where the most fun is going to happen. So, you in or you out? Are you going to go back to your studying? I just need help. There's some way to open it. I know there is.
All right. I am going to cast False Life on myself.
Okay.
To bolster my hit points. So I'm sit there and
Yep.
once I feel a little more energized, then I will see if I can. So show me what you found, and perhaps we can figure this out.
Okay.
So you do that. You can roll the for the false life.
Yeah, it's So I get 7 temporary hit points.
All right.
Oh, so it neutralizes the damage. Nice. Okay. And I didn't state it earlier, but I would have had my mage armor on all day.
Yep. No, I get you.
Okay.
It's with psychic, and you were open to it.
No, just in anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to help him figure out what this is.
Share as much as I intuited there, and
So, do you share what the inscription says?
Yeah, I mean, so more
Fully?
precise. Fully sure. Yeah.
Okay. So only in death can the can we see the path revealed.
can your bat help push? Find buttons or something?
Only in death. Climb in.
That doesn't sound fun.
I think you'll be fine. You swung an arcane staff around somewhat carelessly. Only in death.
And kicked
inside
a skeleton.
the inside the coffin. That's where death is.
Why don't you go in the coffin?
Very well. I will climb into the coffin, lay down, look around.
Nothing.
Oh, I better not regret this. Help me close it.
Okay.
Close it.
And you kind of lean over the coffin to grab the lid and pull it. And just as you're pulling it shut, you don't realize it. The ring falls out of the pocket. Lands on your chest as he shuts it.
I will kind of just carefully grab it and slip it on.
Okay. You feel a vibration, and you immediately feel a click in your brain. Just as you feel weightless as a click goes off underneath you and the bottom trips. And you go falling and rolling into a room. On the other side of the room, there is a doorway with a door that is not connected to anything. The ring is vibrating.
Callan, can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
Very dimly you hear him.
Open the coffin again.
So he's alive, so I'll try.
Yeah. So it
That
takes
maneuver.
a minute, and you'll see the go up. that ring is just like it's aching for you to go to that door.
Such a good vibration.
Finally, all of a sudden you
Yeah.
feel a release and the lid slides open. No one's inside.
Get into the coffin. I'm like,
Yeah, it's make me a wisdom saving throw.
yeah. I'm like, oh. That's gonna be a 16.
Okay.
But I'm already thinking, okay, he's had enough time. He's probably on his way. I'll start walking to the door.
Oh, make it with disadvantage then. Okay, you start walking towards, like, get in the coffin. You start walking towards that doorway. You can real quick, as you're kind of walking over, looking. It's not connected to anything. It's just a doorway with a door.
Oh.
Make that disadvantage. One more roll with.
Oh, natty 20. So
Okay.
Okay,
You're
so
still
we're
keeping
still-
together.
still holding
So
it.
that 16 still stands. Like you're keeping together. Keep together. You get in.
Can I kick the staff in with me, but not like touch it?
It's. I mean, you
I
have
still
to-
think it's
You
pretty-
gotta wrap it up of some
Okay.
sort.
Yeah, because I still think
'Cause this is a
it's
raised pedestal.
significant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you kind of take the kimono that you were wearing,
Yeah.
take it off, wrap it up. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I
you have it.
don't know if I'll come back to this because I'm hopping in a coffin right
Yeah.
now.
No, I get you. So you get in and start to pull it shut. Okay. Roll me another wisdom saving throw. This takes a few minutes, especially if he's wrapping up that, so he doesn't get burned.
13.
Okay. So you get in. Click. And you go rolling in. Just as you come to your feet, look up, you see Vincent
About time.
standing in an open doorway
So
with bright light behind it. You've opened the door.
oh,
Whoa.
And there is bright light behind it. His eyes do have a little bit of a glow behind it, and that ring is bright.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
am I
Where are you going,
am I
Vincent?
self-aware?
He looks at you and he's like, I'm really sorry. I know you're going to get out of here. This is my door. And he walks through and shuts it. And that is where we're going to stop.
Okay.
It's 9:20. I apologize. I would have loved to have kept going. But Don, thank you again for
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, it was fun.
We got to a point where I was just looking at the time like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
get him out of here. I gotta get him out because I know unfortunately he can't join us next time as well.
Yeah, that'd be. But
But-
maybe in the future. We can
Yeah,
hop back in.
and you got the way in and out. So yeah, please do come join us again.
Okay.
Yeah, because the book, maybe I've missed something that is critical.
Very much.
Yeah.
So, I guess until, I mean, it's not even that. Callan, you're alone in this room, but I will tell you and
You'll be
tease
fine.
you. You are what looks like a arcane wizard's armory. Looking around.
I'm
And
just
just as you kind of like, and the door shuts and you're alone, there's torches. You can see all different, there's robes and there's a sword, there's gauntlet, like all kinds of different things that are strewn around this room. Just as you do that, 2 torches light up, green. And they're on the wall. There are these carved, think like gargoyles or grotesques, technically, that are carved into the wall that all of a sudden back out. And then back in a different shape of more of a humanoid version of it comes holding one loom and one on the other side of the room, both unconscious, both with collars on their neck. And drop them. And then they back out. And then all of a sudden, the grotesques are back.
so they're holding who? What?
Loon and Theo.
Oh.
What did I say? Did I say Loon and Theo?
No, I don't think you did, but
Oh, sorry.
got it. Gosh. For a moment there, I thought I was all alone again. Hey guys, they're unconscious. Dang.
That is where we'll stop. So yeah,
All right.
that was awesome.
That was fun.
So remember, Dungeon Patrol comes back on
Next
16th.
Monday.
Yeah, this Monday. So
And-
check that out, and also join us next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Any inspiration, hashtag inspiration, find us on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, any of those mediums. Until then, I'm DM Scott.
I'm Mick, playing Callan.
And I'm Don, and you'll see me as Kragar next Monday.
See you next week.
See you guys.